Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Eva Sriningsih, my study number 089. Here I want to explain my mini research proposal entitled The Use of Dialogue Learning Methods to Help EFL Young Learners to Learn Speaking. Uh, pada judul ini, saya akan meneliti tentang pembelajaran dialog methods untuk membantu kemampuan siswa dalam pembelajaran berbicara. The abstract is dialogue in learning has been proven to motivate and help students in learning English, especially in student speaking skill. In addition, dialogue also helps students feel confident to talk to each other. Dialogue is an opportunity to answer on several occasions with the aim of improving the flow of reasoning. The purpose of the research is to make it easier for students to learn English subject through the dialogue methods. The more interesting the way of learning, the easier it is to master to improve students' speaking skill and encourage students in confidence in speaking English. The research design used in this study is an action research method with a qualitative data. The research will conduct research through small English classes with several students in the data collection. The expected result of this research is an effect of the dialogue method on student mastery of language skill. Introduction. A background. In language teaching, speaking has been considered as one of the language skills that must be mastered in learning English. Students must be able to speak in the form of structural or function language. In addition, students also need to understand when, how, and why they will communicate with others, taking into account the cultural and social context. Speaking skill in English, a person's skill to convey his desire and truth to anyone verbal. However, speaking skills are difficult to develop if they are not trained continuously and can be done with colleagues in the classroom, teachers and students, English teachers or other teachers who can speak English. The aim is to facilitate speaking skill, enrich vocabulary use, improve language structure, perfect vocabulary utterance, English sentence, and train hearing so that it's easy to get message from the other person. Harmer stated that there are three main reasons to make students speak in English class. First, speaking activities provide practice opportunity, the opportunity to practice real life speaking in classroom safety. Second, speaking texts in which students try to use one or all of the language they know provide feedback for both teachers and students. Finally, the more students have the opportunity to activate the various elements of language that they have stored in their brains, the more automatic the use of these elements will be. Dialogues are popular activities in ESL textbook for a number of linguistic as well as cultural reasons. It is one of the materials that can support communicative competence in language teaching classes. Besides, dialogue is a part of language which is very important in learning language. Everything in dialogue is meaningful and relevant to the situation of the student's everyday life. This situation will be very important for students who learn the English language, and dialogue well suited for practicing language in realistic communication situations. Teachers can present dialogue in various ways in order to make the student improve their skill to speak English freely. Based on the background above, the researchers decided to carry out a research entitled "The Use of Dialogue Learning Method to Help Young Learners to Learn Speaking." Point B is the problem statement. Based on the background of the study, the problems can be formulated as follows: to what extent can dialogue activities improve the student's speaking skill? C. Operational definition. The first is dialogue is to form an epistemological relationship. The object to be known is one place connect to cognitive subject, with led to reflecting on the object together. Dialogue is mutual bonding between teachers and students through the act of knowing and reasoning the object of study together. Dialogue teaching means finding out what students think, engaging with their developing ideas and helping them to talk through misunderstandings. Dialogue teaching, as the name suggests, is the responsibility of the teachers. 3. Learning methods are all the material components, teaching, and procedure to be used to help participants in achieving the goals of learning. 4. Speaking is a carryable process and implementation. The introduction and use of foreign language will enhance diversity and communication skills. Speaking as an interactive process of constructing meaning that involves producing, receiving, and processing information. At last, each speaker needs to speak. He needs to speak individually, but ideally, he needs someone to listen to him speaking and to respond to him. Point D is significance of the research. Practical significance. This study will provide information to readers about the use of dialogue learning method to help young learners to learn speaking. A. Literature review. The purpose of using dialogue is to present a real language situation where student roles are played in a safe environment before meeting the real things. The following are some previous studies that show several methods of dialogue in helping students learn English. First, the research conducted by Eric et al. Entitled Teacher's Strategy in Teaching Speaking to Young Learners. The study has found several strategies promoted by lecturers when teaching speaking to English young students, one of which is the dialogue method, but in my research I will more specifically discuss the effectiveness of the method of dialogue in helping the learning of speaking. Second, the research conducted by Ratna Kurnia, entitled Improving Student Speaking Skill Through Dialogue. The results show that teaching speaking through dialogue could improve student speaking skill. This is evident by the result of the test score. The mean value of the pretest before the study was 4.5, and after the study it increased to 7.2 at the end of the post-test. In my research, I will also use tests as practice taking, but the difference in my research will be focused more on the practice of speaking between the student and the student. Point F is research design. This research will discuss the response of student speaking skill using the dialogue learning methods. By filling in action data that has been provided, the researcher can state the student responses and how far their English speaking ability has improved. Point G. Setting and participants. This research will take place in a village Kambil Wiradesa district, Pekalongan Regency, Java Central, Indonesia. This research will involve 10 young learners consisting of existing men and women in Kambil village. Researchers chose them because they get dialogue material and want to know the response and their achievements during learning. Information their privacy will be kept confidential. H. Data collocation. In collecting data in this study, the research will use two instruments to determine whether the use of dialogue method could help students learn English. The research will use two instruments, namely first action test, which is used to measure the display process of one person or several people in carrying out a task or action, and second, observation, namely by observing individual behavior or situation. In this study, the researcher focused on the extent to which the dialogue method can help and train young learners' English speaking skill. I. Data analysis. In this study, researchers use an analytical system. Researchers collect data from observation, which are the result of tests and observation to answer all problems that occur to students. After the data is collected, the researchers will examine all the data in order to find patterns, themes, and subthemes. Nah, jadi pada proposal saya ini, nanti pada gambarannya saya akan membuka sebuah kelas mini. Kelas mini itu terdiri dari 10 orang. Nanti saya akan berusaha mengajari 10 anak tersebut atau young learners selama 1 minggu dengan metode pembelajaran dialog. Nah, pertama saya akan memberikan post-test seperti kosakata untuk mengukur kemampuan siswa sebelum dia mempelajari tentang dialog. Nah, kemudian pada pertengahan pembelajaran itu nanti saya akan melakukan praktek antara siswa satu dengan siswa yang lain untuk berdialog satu sama lain. Nah, di akhirnya nanti akan saya mengambil data melalui hasil dari proses praktek tersebut, kemudian juga post-test setelah pembelajaran dialog. Nanti akan dibandingkan antara sebelum pembelajaran dialog dan sesudahnya, poinnya meningkat atau justru berkurang, seperti itu. Mungkin itu yang dapat saya sampaikan, kurang lebihnya saya mohon maaf. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.